been afforded to women. Is it a privilege to go work all day under fluorescent lights, do a grind that wrecks their hormones and wrecks their whole bodies and leaves them feeling miserable, angry, and resentful at the end of the day? Is that a privilege? What else is a privilege? Tell me what you're talking about when you talk about female privilege that came from feminism. What is it? Because women aren't happier. They're not. Don't believe the stories, don't believe the lives. Women are not happier doing all those things. What privileges?
That's right. Women aren't happier in today's society. They're more evil. They're more sinful because they have, I would argue they do have privileges. And I've said this a lot on my channel. Women have a lot of privileges today that they've never had before. And it's not just because they have autonomy and all that. Oh, we were freed from the patriarchy stuff. No, they've got privileges, based on the new age, right? We're living in a new age where you, at the click of a button, you can find a boyfriend. At the click of a button, you can find, sex, or you can find a free dinner, okay? Or you can find some guy who's willing to PayPal you money or whatever, right? Those are privileges. But are they healthy? Okay, that's the question. Are these new behaviors healthy? No, they're not. They're not good for your soul. They're not good for your spirit. They're not good for your morality and your conscience. And so people are leaving and unlearning what it means to be a human. And they're transforming into something different, into something evil, right? So she makes some good points here. It is true that women are not happier. And what she's trying to say is that, feminism tells women, oh, you're privileged now that you can go do everything a man can do. But that's a lie, because women aren't supposed to do what men do. And women aren't happy when they do what men do, ultimately. I don't believe a woman who works a 9 to 5 is happier than a woman who's staying at home with her lovely children. I don't believe it. And there's studies that have been done that say women are happier as stay-at-home moms. I think women were, for the most part, sold a lie. Now, there are some women who have good careers and who are happy and fulfilled in their careers. I'm not going to say they're all miserable. No, but the thing is that careers and jobs are hard and they're not fun most of the time. And that's what men have had to endure since forever so that we could take care of our family. And women are finding out that, hey, this isn't the greatest thing. This isn't very fun. This isn't what I was promised. This isn't really, I don't feel empowered. I feel stressed. Okay, I don't feel empowered. I feel burdened with all these bills and it sucks and life sucks. And it's like, it ain't fun being a man. Women are learning that it's not fun being a man. It's been proven that women cannot handle what men go through just in dating. Yet you're trying to do what men do in careers and things like that. And it's just not conducive, right? So eventually, right, you wake up and you realize, maybe I've been lied to. Maybe I've been lied to. And yeah, you go to some career, you go to some job, and it's like you realize it's not what you want to do with your life, and then you're seeing it all the time. Oh, this career woman quit and joined OnlyFans, and then what's the next step when you realize careers suck, the economy sucks, paying rent sucks, right? You thought it was going to be fun, but it's just a burden, right? Which is what men have known forever. Jobs suck. That's the whole point of coming home to a family that loves us. So we're giving what women don't understand that men go through is men give our strength, our energy to put food on the table for a family that loves us. And then we come home and that's the exchange. The exchange is life is shitty for 8 hours. And then it gets better when we come home and we get 8 hours of love, and then we get 8 hours of sleep, and we wake up and repeat, right? But what women think is they think, oh, there's so much glory and power and all these careers, etc. And then they go and they try it out and they're like, oh crap, this sucks. Now let me go take off my clothes for money, right? It's funny. It's weird. Isn't it funny how like the next step after realizing that life is shitty as a worker, As a wage slave, right? The next step from that is, oh well, I better shake my titties to get rich. Isn't that funny how that's the next step? You see it all the time. Oh, this police officer woman secretly has an OnlyFans and she's secretly making millions of dollars behind the scenes, or this nurse secretly got found out, or this college student secretly is an OnlyFans, or this ex actor or actress and it didn't work out. Now she's doing OnlyFans and she's making hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's like you see that every other day, right? It's always the next step, right? And this is unfortunately a lot of what women do is they barter with their sexuality and they use their sexuality to gain the benefits, right? So of course the whole oh, I'm a empowered career woman only goes so far when you realize you're broke or you're struggling to pay rent or whatever. And then the next step is to become a stripper or whatever, right? So isn't that funny? But you skip that whole part where you could have been very happy at home raising some lovely children or being a homemaker, which is not as hard of a job, and it's not a subservient job, which feminists want to make it out to be. That's not what it is. You're taking care of the home. That is about love, and it's caring for the home with your family, with your husband that you respect and love because he's breaking his back for you, and the kids at work, right? He's enduring all the stress. This is why men die from a heart attack at 65 and women live 10 years longer than men, because men are putting in that stress and women are just at home. It's an easier job. A homemaker is an easier job, and women still find a way to complain because it's delusion. It's delusion, right? It's you're just believing something that's not real, that you're somehow oppressed, or gosh, why can't I have as much responsibility as my husband? Like, honey, you don't want that. You don't want that. That's not what you want. What you want is to be a supportive, loving wife, because that's when you're going to be at your happiest, and it's been proven. And if that's what you want to do, you want to go be a man, go ahead and be miserable. And then the next step is prostitution or whatever, right? Do whatever, but you're going to find out either way. And it's like, take our word for it or not. It worked for the longest because it's a good scenario. Men want to come home to a loving family, to a loving wife who's going to re-energize him and give him love, right, for doing what he's doing. And then he's enabled and empowered to do it again the next day. We're not out here, we're career people. That gives us power. It's like, it's such a twisted lie that feminism has put on, has told women that oh yeah, men are just these empowered career people. Like, no, it sucks. It's not fun. Working is not fun. It's not supposed to be fun, okay? And not everybody gets. Some jobs are fun, some careers are fun, some careers are good, but not every man out there gets that. They call it I read somewhere that it was 1% of men that, or excuse me, 1% of people truly are living their dream and truly doing their dream job. 1%. Most people are doing a job they'd rather not do. Some jobs are worse than others.
Have been afforded to women. Is it a privilege to go work all day on